That's right. Put your hands together. Best Country 106. It's Jay and Laney J live. Wait a minute. Laney J looks different this morning. Oh, no. No, everybody. Laney J is out today. So I have a very special guest in studio. His name is Jonathan. He goes by the TikTok handle OK Off Grid Living. Welcome to the show, Jonathan.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's good to have you here in studio this morning. Oh, man, it's going to be a great show. I can feel it.
I feel it.
I like to start things off in the morning with telling the audience how your evening was last night. Did you have a good evening last night?
Yeah. It was a really good evening. Watched the sunset. Goes down in the west side of the mountain. There's like a little bit of a draw, so it's a beautiful sunset.
Ooh.
And then it was hard to get to sleep because I was super excited to be here today.
Okay, I like that. All right. Some of that youth excitement feeling.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's good to feel youthful when my age.
I hear you. You can't be that old, though. You can't be that old.
45.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, dang, you look good for 45. I'm 46, and I've got all your gray hair.
I got one or two of them in there. There's a couple.
Well, I mean, not to get too personal or anything, but do you have children?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they young?
No, they're old, grown,
okay.
out of the house,
all right.
college, all that.
They must have been good kids because I blame all these grays on my kids, so I don't know what's going on here. This man, he looks like he's like 32. That's a good thing. Promise you that. Well, Jonathan, welcome to the show. And everybody joining us, you're welcome to join us inside the studio. Of course, go to Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok, keyword KKBI FM. You'll be able to see Jonathan there. I've got some questions for Jonathan this morning. Now, folks that may not know, Jonathan lives off-grid outside of Ada, and I came across him on TikTok and enjoyed what I was watching, so I gave him a follow and kind of chatted it up with him in one of his lives, and that's how we connected, ultimately. So we chatted here and there and decided, hey, that'd be a pretty cool interview. And then I realized that Laney's going to be gone today, and he's like, shoot, I'll just show up in studio. And it's like, boom, done.
Easy.
So that's how he's here. That's how we're here today. We've got a lot to talk about. One thing I want to talk about first before we get into everything with Jonathan is time change. Not this weekend, guys. Next weekend. Time change next weekend. So we'll be preparing for that. I just want to give you a head start on the thoughts of losing an hour of sleep. That's basically what it was. All right. So I got a list of questions here for Jonathan, a.k.a. Mr. Off-Grid Living, that I've designed for this show. And we'll kind of just chat it up. First and foremost, tell me a little bit about yourself, maybe where you come from and how you ended up in Oklahoma.
Sure. I was born and raised in New York City.
Oh. New York City.
Yeah, string them up. I joined the military in the Army when I was 25, traveled around a bit. So that took me out of New York.
Okay.
And once I got out of New York, I was like, man, this is a big country.
Yeah.
Because there's a certain pride when you grew up in New York City. The city's so nice they named it twice, you know?
Right.
So once I got to traveling about, I was like, man, it's so cool going to all the different places. I was stationed in different places. And then I just knew I didn't want to be back in a big city.
Okay.
Knowing that I didn't want to be in a big city, I moved to Houston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like the fourth or fifth largest city in the state, in the nation, right?
I'm not
Something
saying
like
it wasn't the smartest idea.
But it was a different view.
Yeah, it really was. And then I took a trip to Alaska.
Ooh.
And on that trip to Alaska, it's such a beautiful state. I never wanted to leave. And that kind of started the whole, I could do this. I could be off grid. I could have less, and sometimes less is more. And, I went down the rabbit hole, YouTubes and TikTok creators and doing all the things. And after years of planning, it's always like, oh, we need to have this or we need to have that in order to be ready.
Right.
And after a while, for lack of better terms, I say my wife, we're not legally married. I was like, hey, should we just do it? It's something she's wanted to do since she was younger. I said, we're in a position we could go ahead and pull the trigger. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. Should we just go ahead and do it, or should we wait and try to like tiptoe and, stick our toe in the water? And she was like, screw it. Let's just burn the boats at the shore and go. I was like, all right, then let's go. And here we are.
That'll keep you from trying to escape the life right there. Burn the boats at the shore.
Yeah,
I like that.
Exactly.
I like that. All right. Well, that's cool. So this was kind of a moment where you were just like, all right, let's do it. But was that like a slow build for you? Like you mentioned your wife, she had kind of always thought about this lifestyle. So for her, maybe it was a long time coming. Mm-hmm. But for you, it was a little shorter decision to be made, or was there a few years that?
Yeah,
okay.
There was definitely a few years from the time I went to my trip on Alaska to the time we actually came out here. I'd say 5-6 years.
Okay, right on.
And it was something we always wanted to do, but we always the excuse was we need this in order to do it. And then we would get that. And then it's like, oh, okay, we have this, but we need this.
Right.
And so it just became excuse after excuse after excuse why we weren't ready.
Yeah.
And then.
Well, it's like they say about having children. If you wait till you're ready, you'll never have them.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just had to go ahead and do it.
Just pulled the trigger. I like it. Well, let's get right into it. For someone that may not know what off-grid living, or maybe somebody's sitting here listening right now, they're thinking, this off-grid lifestyle, I've thought about it a while too. Maybe they've been planning and feel like they're never ready as well. What is off-grid living to you versus maybe, I don't know, because I think today everybody's got probably a little bit of a different definition of off-grid living. So what is off-grid living in your lifestyle specifically?
Okay, so for me, I also did Google this because I do get this question a lot when I go on live on TikTok.
Makes sense.
And according to Google, it's living independently of public utility networks, primarily the electrical grid, but often extending to water, sewer, and natural gas systems.
Okay.
So for me, it's not having that bill. It's not having that water bill, not having that electric bill, not having that sewer bill. And if you look at the piping system or the electrical system, it kind of makes a grid, right? Like some people think, oh, you're off the grid. You're trying to hide out from the government,
right.
or not doing any
I
of
ain't
that.
paying my taxes.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of that, right?
Gotcha.
Other people think you got to live like a caveman or primitively. You can't have technology. And I'm not trying to do that either. Okay. It's 2026. Let's take the good, get rid of the bad, like traffic.
Right. Yeah.
We get rid of the traffic stuff, but I'm going to keep my cell phone and my internet. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And so that's what it means for me.
Okay. Awesome. So Wi-Fi, that is something that you, obviously with TikTok, you need a good, strong Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
All right.
It in the beginning, we didn't have it, and there's no cell service. There's no Wi-Fi. So like, we had a rock called the phone booth, because if you walked up to the top of that mountain at that one little rock, you'd get like one bar, maybe two.
The phone booth. I'm here for that. That is hilarious.
So after a while, we were like, hey, yeah, let's go ahead and get a Starlink.
Right? Tony over there on Facebook says off-grid living for Dallas folks is renting a cabin in Ho Chi Town. Not entirely wrong, Tony.
Absolutely.
I love it. So what's the hardest part of your daily life living off-grid?
Ooh, okay. So I was born and raised in New York City. Everything is fast.
Right.
In the military, it's go, 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 go. The quicker you get your work done, the quicker you could slack off.
Gotcha.
There's no end. There is no end. There's no like, hey, you've crossed the finish line.
Right.
You've won.
Yeah. Or you're done for the day.
Yeah, like
gotcha.
You're done. There's always something to do, and it takes 2 to 3 times as much time to do than it would back when in the suburbs when we lived there. So getting used to that is extremely hard for me.
Okay. All right. So slowing down is hard. And most people, I think, most people would think of the off-grid living lifestyle. Maybe that would be one of the perks, i.e. that's something they're looking forward to, is that slow down part of it.
Absolutely.
But because your life leading up to that was all go, 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 that's the most difficult. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. What would be the biggest misconception about off-grid living? Probably Laney J's misconception that you shouldn't have Wi-Fi.
Oh, here you are stirring the pot. I'm trying to make her my new best friend.
I know. I was hoping she'd be here for this, too. I was going to make sure y'all were friends before the end of the show. What was the biggest misconception people have about off-grid living?
I guess the Pinterest version.
Ooh,
So a lot of people, they're like, oh, I want the animals, I want the chickens, I want the goats, I want all the things. And that's great. You could have that.
Right.
If you have the systems in place for it, because every animal you put on your homestead is another chore you have to attend to.
True.
It's another mouth you have to feed.
Good point.
It's another thing that you have to take care, and it's not a one and done. It's something you have to do every single day. So if you don't have your systems built out, your home, how are you generating power, how are you getting water, how are you getting food? If you don't have all those in place, you're just adding more stress to yourself.
That makes sense.
So if you want to be set up for success, wait for the chickens, wait for the goats, wait for the cows, build your systems, then get those.
Okay. All right. So don't get the chicken before the horse, if you will. Okay. All right. The cart before the horse. I like that. Okay. So let's move into the basics: electricity, water, staying warm in winter. One of those. How are those types of things handled that are obviously different than, say, I do, just going to my home and cranking up the heater if I'm getting cold?
Absolutely. So for us, we have to chop wood and carry water, right? And life is simpler when you chop wood and carry water. Doesn't mean it's easier.
Right.
Right? It's, hey, kids are going to school.
Kids are going to school.
Hey, kids.
That's Mr. OG there.
Mr. OG, have fun at school, kids.
Sorry, I always do that every morning. Wave at the kids.
It does make it simpler. It doesn't necessarily make it easier, right? You got to go chop the wood. You got to go split it up. You got to stack it. Then you got to move it inside the tent. So every single piece of wood heats me up 2 or 3 times. It heats me up, warms me up when I'm cutting it in the forest. It heats me up when I got to load it into the truck, when I unload it, when I split it, when I stack it, and then finally when I put it in the stove.
Nice.
Water, we collect. We don't do rain collection yet.
Okay.
We don't have the infrastructure for it. So that's part of the things that I was saying for the last question. Make sure you have the things set up. So right now we just go to town and we haul it. 25 cents gets us about 55 gallons of water. Can't go wrong. So it cost me about $1 a month for water.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
When I was in town, it was costing us $50, $60 a month. And then electricity. We use solar. Cloudy days, we got backup generators and stuff like that, but we try to use solar as much as possible. It's a bright orange ball. It's there all the time.
Absolutely. Full of energy.
Yeah, full of energy.
Yes.
Might as well capture some
exactly.
of it. And so that's where we got electricity, water, and staying warm in the winter.
There you go.
And that wood stove, I tell you, it sweated us out sometimes. We had to open up windows. It's 20 degrees. We're opening up windows, and a lot of people were concerned because we're in a tent.
I was going to ask, you mentioned the tent. Tell us about that structure. And it is literally a tent?
Literally
like a store-bought tent?
So we started off with a regular camping tent that you would get from Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, whatever, and knew we weren't going to make it in that, right?
Okay.
So we purchased a canvas wall tent. So like the pioneers in the 1800s when they were moving west and they had those white tents. If you remember the spaghetti westerns when we were little, all those white tents on the prairie and stuff like that. Same exact thing. If they could do it in the 1800s, why couldn't we do it in 2026?
Absolutely.
So we got that. Keeps us nice and dry, keeps us warm, especially with the stove.
Yeah.
And so we're staying in that while we build. and we'll have a cabin once it's all built out, and then we could take the tent down.
All right. So are you currently building the cabin, or is that something that you're planning for now?
I'm planning for it now. So where we're set up with the tent was kind of just to get us in there. I had 30 days to get the property ready for us to get there. And I also was having a 40-foot Connex or container coming in to store all of our stuff.
Right.
We were in a regular home just like everybody else. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage, and a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
And that's what we gave up to come out into the woods.
Suburbia hell.
Yeah, suburbia hell, exactly. All the houses are the same. Yep. And
ticky-tacky.
Yeah. So we wanted to get away from that. And that's what we did. So where we're set up now, we knew we were going to be in this tent for the better part of a year, maybe even more, because I wanted to be able to say, hey, I built every single part of this house. You see that board right there? I milled that board out of a pine tree that I cut down on the property. And so that's what I've been doing. I actually have videos about that.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So I got an Alaskan chainsaw mill. It's not the best, but it'll get it going for now. And so I'm able to get some 2-inch slabs. And so there'll be true boards, true 2x4s.
Wow.
Anybody who doesn't know, if you go to Home Depot and you go to get a 2x4, it's not 2 inches by 4 inches.
Correct. My son does, he works on cabin. He helps build cabins in Hojiatown. And that was one of the first things he told me that he learned. He's like, I ain't a true 2 before, Dad.
Oh.
Who knew?
Maybe we need to get your son to come give me a hand.
There you go. Hey, might do it. That's cool. Hey, we have to pause our interview with Jonathan to continue the show as normal. Now, we will get right back to some questions for Jonathan about off-grid living here in Oklahoma. And I've been excited about this. I was looking forward to this, and it's already been a great show. So we're going to keep it rolling. We got Laney J's Lowdown as presented by Jay Lindley. Up next. All right, it's time for Laney J's Lowdown as presented by Jay Lindley. So, if I mess up, don't get mad. I'm not Laney J, guys. All right, I thought this was kind of funny, actually. A Tampa International Airport bans pajamas and Crocs. Wow. No, actually, they were just kidding. It was a very satirical style social media post, but it looked serious, and people got mad. Like, you can't not make me wear my Crocs and my pajamas in the middle of the day. That's how I dress all day long, every day. No, they had actually claimed in a previous post that they already prohibited Crocs. Says, we've seen enough, we've had enough regarding pajamas. Urging visitors to help Tampa International Airport become the first Crocs-free, pajama-free airport. Yeah, although many of the comments defended their comfortable choices there. So,
yeah,
of course, just got them a little pub, and that's what it's all about, I think. And then also another story here for you today. Georgia police issue, these are all humorous warnings, I guess. But this one brings me back to when the kids were in elementary school. Georgia police issued a humorous warning after a child brings a canned martini to class. Uh-oh. Yeah, it says, the post says, hey, twin, before you send them babies off to school, check the lunchbox. The warning accompanied a photo showing the child's lunchbox containing Doritos, some other snacks, and an 11% beverage, which is, like twice more than your average
beer.
Cold Brew. Yeah. So it says, that's not a Capri Sun. That's not apple juice. That's a whole parent had a long night starter pack. Georgia police and the Tampa International Airport having some fun on their social media about things that they deal with. I like that.
Do you know how we got Crocs?
How'd we get Crocs?
The movie Idiocracy.
Yeah?
They needed to find a futuristic type of shoe that wasn't around.
That. Yep.
Crocs was just starting out. They bought them, so when they that scene when he goes into the jail, they're all wearing Crocs. We now have Crocs.
Yeah, and then what? I think their most famous spokesperson's been, Post Malone? Once Post Malone made his own Croc, it just blew up.
That was it.
It was over. All right, so that's the Laney J's Lowdown as presented by Jay Lindley. Big shout out to Geneva, Billy, Tony, and Russell joining us on social media this morning. You could join us inside the studio. Check out what Jonathan from OK Off-Grid Living on TikTok looks like. You can hear him, obviously. You know what he sounds like now. So we'll get back to that interview. We talked about something off the air that we were going to mention. I forgot what it was.
You were mentioning that show Alone?
Yes. And you talked about like bushcraft living versus off-grid living. Tell me, what's the difference for those that may watch that show alone?
Sure. So they're limited on what they could bring in, right? So let's say if you were going on a long hike, something happened and you're lost out there. Now you're alone. So you got to carry everything in with you.
Right.
Being off-grid, I got my truck, I got solar panels, I got a big jug of water. When you're out there, you don't have all of those systems in place.
Right.
So it does increase the difficulty. So big kudos to the guys and gals who were on that show and actually last a long time. I'm a fan of the show. I've watched it before.
Nice.
And I've seen people who had it set on the show. Like season 2, there was a guy, he had a chessboard and he had water jugs with a foot pedal. He was washing his hands. He just missed his wife. Called it quits.
Oh, dang. Okay. Yeah. I can see that, though. Mm-hmm. If you like your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, some people be like, I'm getting away from her. That's why I'm here. Hey, Billie Jean, he lives outside of Ada. Give us a little detail about where you live, and maybe do you own a lot of acreage out there? What's that like?
So we have 10 acres.
Okay.
It used to be a bigger plot of land. They broke it up, and so we got 10 out of the 40 that was there.
Okay.
It's right on top of the mountains on the ridge, and so how we decided to take our property is it was on the south side of the mountain. Anyone knows anything about north and south side of the mountain getting sun, the south side is going to get more sun. We knew we were going to need solar, so we chose the south side of the mountain.
That makes sense. Okay. All right. So 10 acres, do you think that is going to sustain, for example, enough wood to, A, keep you warm and build a cabin?
Yeah. So what I did do is I got a permit for the National Forest. And anybody could do this.
Yep.
It was $20. So if anyone is watching and you heat with wood, for $20, you go to National Forest. Each state is different. So I'm allowed 3 cords of wood for a 6-month permit. So in the whole year, I'm allowed 6 cords of wood.
Okay.
And that's what I do. I do have some trees on the property, but I decided to keep those in a reserve if I needed it in a pinch because we're just getting started.
Right.
We just started November 1st. We're only 4 months into it.
That makes sense. Yeah. No. So then you go. So I imagine the reserve, if you will, is close enough that you don't have to travel too far to get that wood and then carry it all the way back.
Exactly. Okay. And I do have some videos about it when we had that snowstorm come in, ice storm, whatever it was. Because we didn't have loads and loads of wood, I had those few trees. The roads were still shut down. It was still icy. I was able just to go right to those trees, cut them down, process them, and then put them right into the stove.
Nice. So, and that's just northeast of Ada, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the location. Cool. We had a question Billy asked there.
Yeah. I get that question a lot. For some reason, people want to really pinpoint where I live.
Right.
And
they're going to knock on your tent tomorrow.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So when people, they're like, well, where? And I'm like, well, you tell me where you live first.
Yeah. On top of a mountain in Oklahoma. That's really all you need to know.
Right. Like southeast, you know? And I get it. I watch other shows and I'm like, what state is that in?
Right.
You want to know the scenery and they tell you the state, and it's like, oh, okay, that state looks like that.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Good point. People that don't travel outside of their own town and there's a lot of those. It surprises me how many people do not venture out of, let's say, their own county.
Yeah.
The one they were born and raised in.
Yeah, so surprising.
Blows my mind.
I didn't know that until I got into the military, and then I was a little older when I joined. I was already 25, so all these 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds coming in. They've never left the county.
Yeah.
Until now, they're in basic training.
Wow, that's craziness. That's crazy to me because my parents, they took us, on trips. We went to the Grand Canyon. We went places, the Gulf, but we weren't like super travelers. We weren't rich by any stretch of the imagination. I lived on South Side OKC, but they did take time for us to travel. I mean, obviously we traveled outside the county because my dad owned property that was my grandparents in Push County, which you traveled through. Matter of fact, you drove right by the road that you turn off to get to our property there, which my brother and I now have. But yeah, I grew up coming to Southeast Oklahoma from Oklahoma City to visit my grandparents, and I got to live the quote unquote country life while there. Throwing hay bales. We call it surfing on the hood of a car being pulled behind the truck in the pasture, that type of stuff. So, and then as I've told the listeners before, we figured out that hood of the car may hurt if we fell off on front of it. So we switched to a old mattress, and that was the life.
Yeah.
We learned how to be stuntmen, and we purposefully fell off the mattress as I was driving down the pasture. Roll. Yeah, absolutely. It was awesome. It was awesome. Let's see here. Okay, I got a question for you here. What is we got to get into the impossible question coming up next. So actually, I will tease this question. We'll answer it after the impossible question. How about that?
Fair.
What is the one modern convenience you miss most? That's coming up next, folks. The impossible question in 3 minutes. Here's Thomas Rhett featuring Jordan Davis. Jonathan ain't living a bad life. It's Best Country 106. Good morning. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do. That's right. It's time for the impossible question brought to you by Nova. You guys know how to play this game. Oh, before I get into it, Billie Jean Fine says, happy birthday going out to Carol Lynn Fines-Bray. Happy birthday, Carol Lynn Fines-Bray. Oh, man, I got to do the birthday club spinning wheel today. Uh-oh. Lenny J's got control of that. I don't know what to do. I may have to postpone it till Monday, chat. Uh-oh. All right. Oh, well. We'll be all right. We'll make it work. We'll make it happen. All right, let me get my sheet of paper here. Here we go. All right. Oh, wrong one. There it is. All right, cool. All right, so here's how it's going to work, chat. I'm going to go ahead and ask the question since Laney J's not here. But our good friend Jonathan from OK Off-Grid Living on TikTok, you can go follow him, OK Off-Grid Living on TikTok. He's actually live right now here in the studio as well. So if you're joining us on our live, you can switch over there and watch his live as well if you would like. But he'll be a lifeline. He'll be phone a friend. So don't hang up on him immediately. He may have the correct answer for y'all. He doesn't know the answer. And then, of course, you guys in the chat will be the lifeline called Ask the Audience. So make sure you assist today. Here we go. I should have made an off-grid living question. Forgot about that. All right. According to a recent... Oh, and Friday is... Friday's prize is Truckin' Good Barbecue. Big shout out to Truckin' Good Barbecue up there in Ho Chi Town, providing you with some outstanding barbecue in a free meal. Compliments of Truckin' Good Barbecue. Good morning, Arian on YouTube. Welcome to the show. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? Let's do this. We need y'all's assistance in the chat. Here we go. According to a recent survey, when you're taking the family on a drive that's 1 hour or longer, this is one of the most aggravating things that can happen. What is it? According to a recent survey, when you're taking the family on a drive that is 1 hour or longer, this is one of the most aggravating things that can happen. What is it? All right, let's go to the phone lines. Good morning. You're live. What's your answer?
They all have to go use the restroom.
Within 30 minutes, somebody's got to go to the bathroom. That's not it. Jonathan, can you save his life?
I'm going to go with flat tire.
Oh, okay. I could see that. Not what we're looking for. Brooke says, are we there yet? Are we there yet? That's not it. That's a great answer, guys. Let's go to this line here. Good morning. What's your answer?
traffic stop.
Getting pulled over. That's a great answer. Not what we're looking for today. Jonathan, can you save his life?
Maybe we shorten that to just traffic.
Traffic in its entirety. Great answer. Not what we're looking for. Brooke says somebody wanting a snack immediately. You're supposed to snack up on those long drives, though, Brooke. Come on now. No. All right, let's go to this line here. Good morning. What's your answer? Oh, man, you're cutting out on me. What was that again?
How many more minutes?
How many more minutes? That's a great answer. Not what we're looking for. Are we there yet? Man, that answer's coming into the chat. It's not are we there yet or how many more minutes or even for getting a charger. Jonathan, can you save his life?
Car trouble.
Car trouble. It's not going to be anything mechanically related. Let's figure you have a pretty good normal trip. You're not getting pulled over. You don't have a flat tire. You're not having any mechanical issues. Let's go to this line here. Good morning. What's your answer? Oop. Try it again. Good morning. What's your answer?
Realizing you have to stop for gas.
Having to stop for gas too soon. Forgot to fill up. That's a great answer. Not what we're looking for. Jonathan, can you save her life?
Kids fighting in the backseat.
Oh, that's a great answer. And probably the closest answer we've had so far. But it's not kids fighting or arguments. That's a great answer. That's a great answer. All right, let's go to this line here. Good morning. What's your answer?
I forgot something.
You forgot something. That's a great answer. Not what we're looking for today. Jonathan, can you save her life?
Kids getting sick in the backseat.
Oh, that's a great answer, too. Also in close because of its proximity, but not what we're looking for. And usually kids aren't the issue with this. Usually kids are not the issue with this. All right. Brooke says you can't listen to my favorite radio station on the weekends because I'm gone. I like that answer, Brooke. Let's go to this line here. Good morning. What's your answer?
People talking too much.
People talking too much. That's a great answer and not entirely wrong. It's possibly about what they're saying. Jonathan, can you save their life?
Backseat driving.
It's backseat
driving.
Yes. Who do we have on the phone?
Nathaniel.
All right, Nathaniel. Are you eligible to win, Nathaniel?
I think so.
You think so? All right. Well, Nathaniel, I'm going to write your name down. We're going to double-check that 30-day policy there. Nathaniel. I got to write it down or I really will forget. Got it, Nathaniel. Appreciate you playing, bro. Have a great day. Big shout-out to Nathaniel getting the dub. Compliments of Jonathan. Compliments of your chat.
Yeah. There was a lot of people here that kept putting in suggestions, and
backseat driving was one of them.
driving.
Congratulations. Yeah. Apparently, backseat driving leads the way when it comes to aggravations on a family road trip. Some of the other things, leaving trash behind, complaining about the driving,
yep,
eating messy foods, and shouting, "Watch out!" unnecessarily. And then, of course, I love your answers, Brooke. Brooke's got some of the best answers. Brooke says, not turning the radio down fast enough so you can see your turn. You know you're getting old when you got to turn the radio down so you'll know where to turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Backseat driving. You got that problem at all?
No, I have dogs in the backseat.
Oh, okay, good. Backseat licking maybe, but not backseat driving.
Absolutely.
I love it. All right. Your paws can give your paws a rest. All right. There you go. Big shout out to Nova for bringing you the impossible question this morning and every morning, Monday through Friday at 7:45 a.m. All right. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, we teased a question this morning. What I already forgot what it was. Let me get
chat. Do you remember the question, chat?
Yeah, I remember. What is the number one modern convenience you miss the most?
Currently at this stage, a shower.
Okay, a hot shower.
A shower, like we bathe, right? We wash.
I was gonna say, bro, stinks in here, guys. No.
But it's like a tub style, right?
Right.
But to have that running water in that shower, oh, I miss it right now.
I got you. Especially after a long, hot, sweaty, dirty day. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, not to get too personal, but when you bathe, obviously, and let's say you was really dirty, you was doing some sawmilling, you just got all stuff all over you. How do you keep from recoating yourself when you get out of the tub? Do you stand up and let the water run over you? How's that work?
Yeah. So basically, I got a big deep frying pot kit propane thing.
Okay.
Instead of putting oil in it, I put water.
Okay.
And
so he's literally cooking himself, guys.
Pretty much. And we use it like that. If I have to do a quick rinse afterwards, I'll fill that back up and dunk it over me and what have you.
I got you. All right. Yeah, I like in the tub after a long, hard, sweaty, nasty, dirty day. I like in the tub to those prints that they put on oil and it's like film on top of the water or on the oil or whatever, and then they dip the whatever into it, and when they pull it out, it's the prints attached. Yeah. I liken that to a tub after a long hot day. You get back out and you still just recoated with all your nast. Well, we appreciate everybody joining us, man. This has been a great morning so far. I got a little Gavin Adcock to wrap up the hour. We'll be back, folks. It's Jay and Laney J Live, and we got Jonathan with OK Off-Grid Living. We're going to talk more off-grid living up next. Good morning. That's right. Put your hands together. Best Country 106. It's Jay and Laney J Live. Laney J is not with us this morning, so I've got a very special in-studio guest hanging out with me all morning long. His name is Jonathan with OK Off-Grid Living on TikTok. He's building quite the community over there. Basically just showing everybody what it's like to live off-grid in the state of Oklahoma, which I've always been interested in. Not interested enough to actually try and do it, guys. Don't get me wrong, but I've definitely been interested in this, so I'm very excited to have Jonathan hanging out here in studio with me. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning.
How'd it go? I guess you weren't back there too long, so you didn't blow it up.
No.
All right, cool. They were talking about using our toilet paper, not having to, not having to use your own.
I brung leaves with me. They're in my back pocket.
So we've actually talked about quite a few misconceptions about off-grid living. Like, yes, you can have things, some of the creature comforts that that we take for granted every single day as folks that live in town, if you will. But versus, for example, this one's crude and maybe rude to some, but using toilet paper versus leaves and stuff like that, you still go to town and buy essentials, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the idea is eventually we will, have a garden and try to, self-supply with as much as we can. But I'm not going to be growing sugarcane. I don't have a salt mine to mine salt.
Right.
We like soy sauce. I'm not going to make soy sauce or hoisin sauce, So we still go to town and because we're just starting, so we don't have a garden yet. We don't have all those things yet. I very much rely on a grocery store, just like everyone else, just like we did when we were back in the suburbs.
Okay. All right. Now, is there a grocery store closer to where you stay, or do you have to travel all the way to Ada?
No, there is one, a small in the town there. It's a little grocery store.
Nice.
It's about a half hour away.
Okay.
And it's actually in a whole nother county.
Yeah.
I'm right kind of near the edge of the county, and so I go into the next county. I go into the grocery store.
Which county are you in again? I forgot.
I'm in Push.
Push County? Okay, yeah. So you have, what is it, Latimer County right by you, or?
Well, you have this county.
This is McCurtain County, but this is going to be on the other side.
And then you have LaFleur to the north.
Yeah, LaFleur. My bad. I said Latimer. My bad. Yeah, no, I'm actually very familiar with where he's at just because, again, we have property, my dad's property there in Rattan, Oklahoma, outside of Antlers. So, but yeah, and so I traveled up to some of the area, and I realized due to his TikTok live, he doesn't really want to pinpoint where he's at. So for those that are listening, it's like, why won't he just say where he's at? It's because he's got another audience watching him too right now. So some of those may become stalkers. May come to try to take his tent.
You never know.
True. With the world today, you never know.
Right. I mean, look what happened, unfortunately, to Chris Kyle trying to help out another veteran that he met online.
Yeah. So there you go. You spoke of not having a garden yet, but you want to. What are some of those things like that? Now, I imagine after having talked with you a little bit, I imagine you're there's no plan to be completely away from society altogether at one point.
No,
Okay.
no. It's harder to do alone, right? If you take a look back in time and go back in history, people who, everybody lived off grid. There wasn't electricity if you go back far enough. But people had towns, they had communities, they had tribes. And so somebody you could lean on. So very much going to have society be a part of society. We're just limited because we're up on the mountain.
How many seasons have you lived up there on the mountain?
Got here in November.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So winter is really the only season you've experienced so far. Okay. All right. So we'll have to wait for our next interview in 1 year from today to ask you if it's going to be the summer heat or the winter cold that's the toughest to get through. When it comes to live animals, what's first on the list?
As far as what?
What you plan on getting, chickens or goats?
Chickens will probably be the first thing.
Yeah.
We will not be getting goats. She is not a fan of goats.
Oh, okay. I got you. Awesome.
But she wants to get sheep.
Okay. Well, I mean, to layman, that's the same thing, right?
Nah.
No? What's the difference?
What's
the main difference that makes her like sheep versus disliking goats?
What's the main difference that makes you like sheep more than she's my moderator on the live?
Absolutely. I love that.
She was in Minnesota, and she was on a farm, and they had rams and goats and all that, and so she's just not a fan of them. They're escape artists and all that stuff. So it's
eat everything.
So it's a little easier for the sheep, and she wants to. Goats get into things, and sheep are sweeties. That's her official answer.
I love that. So, okay, and plus, I guess sheep at some point, depending on the sheep, you could probably, use their wool for clothing or something along those lines.
Yep.
Or other things. I like that. All right. If someone was to ask you, man, of all the things you've learned living off grid to this point, what is the one thing you would say everybody, even people that don't live off grid, need to know? What is that one thing that everybody should know, but that you've kind of picked up? Maybe you've learned more about it, or you've gotten into more detail of it because you live off grid.
See, that's everybody should know.
Yeah, something the majority of people probably don't know, but they should know. When it comes to, and something that maybe that applies to you living off grid.
Okay. Knowing how to navigate in the woods. So knowing your cardinal directions, north and south. Because even people in the city, if you're going to go on a hiking trail or whatever have you, you got to know which way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a good one. So you talked about growing a garden. Do you do any hunting on your property for food?
We will.
Okay.
Not yet. I definitely missed this hunting season. I didn't have my license changed over or hunting license or anything like that. But next season, for sure, we will be hunting for.
Do you have to have a license to hunt on your own property?
I'm not positive, and I'm not that versed as a hunter.
You got a game warden in your chat. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, he was a park ranger.
Oh, got a park. Yeah, my bad. That's funny.
So I got an answer
hunting,
here. Somebody
hunting
said,
or growing?
No, you don't need a license to hunt on your own property.
Okay, all right. Well, I wasn't sure about that. I mean, I've got all the licensing I need, but then again, as my father-in-law puts it, I ain't mad at him anymore. Mm-hmm. So I don't really go hunting anymore. And the kids are all grown, so it's not. I do remember the transition from I wanted to get me the big buck to I want to help my youngster get the harvest the deer. So
Yeah.
and all of them, thanks to my father-in-law, they can all clean a deer way better than I can. Way better and way faster. Jackson, the youngest boy, he's at it. He just rip that on it. Anyway, so. Let's see here. What else? So grow it or hunt it. What's the preference there?
Both.
Both.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them.
I like it.
Are
you going to try to use primitive tools when you hunt?
Oh, no.
Old recurve bow?
No.
Okay.
I got a nice compound, regular rifle.
I like it. No, so it's not only smoke poles for you then, huh?
No.
Love it. What is the one thing you stockpile the most?
Wood.
Okay.
Wood.
Gotcha.
Wood. Because we only heat with wood. So it's less of a priority as we get into the warmer season if you have a stockpile. But because we're just starting out, we don't have that stockpile. So right now it's just wood. Collect all the wood you could get.
Okay. All right. Is that a daily activity for you?
Not really daily, but weekly.
Okay.
So, 1 or 2 days out of the week, I'll go collect some wood in the national forest. 1 or 2 days out of the week, we'll spend splitting it and stacking it.
Does that make the axe the most used tool in your tool shed, or do you have another one?
The chainsaw.
The chainsaw. All right.
Yeah.
So he's like, I ain't about that blisters life, man. No.
Technological.
So then that gives me the next question, or leads to the next question. Chainsaw or tractor? What would your preference be there?
For sheer cost-wise, start with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
You're going to need it. Hell, there was times just trying to get off of the mountain. There's trees laying in the road. But I got a chainsaw. It's in the back of the truck right now.
Gotcha. Hey, don't drive by and take his chainsaw. We will watch you do it, and we will call the loss.
If you have the ability to get both, absolutely get both.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I like it. Well, this has been fun. I've enjoyed this so far. You going to stick around for the rest of the show?
I'm going to be here all day.
I love it.
Till you kick me out.
All right, cool. You got to go. No, I'm kidding. No, kidding. It's 20 minutes after 8 a.m. Normally, I would do the birthday club / anniversary club drawing. Yes, I said drawing, and I said it on purpose because I like saying it that way. but I don't know. It's on the Laney's computer over there, and I don't like messing with her computer just because I don't know where anything is. So I may just go ahead and postpone the drawing. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a song. I'm going to go look and see if I can find it. And if I can, then I'll do it. But if not, forgive me, listeners. We will do the drawing on Monday, and Laney J will make sure everybody gets their prizes and all that good stuff. When we come back, I think I'm going to do a quick this or that for Jonathan from OK Off-Grid Living. Which do you prefer? I think we may have answered quite a few of these questions, though. So we got a couple of them. Okay. We got a couple of them that haven't been answered. So a quick this and that for Jonathan with OK Off-Grid Living as he's hanging out here in studio. It's Jay and Lenny J live on Best Country 106. Here's Luke Combs, Blake Shelton, Neon Live, Bass Country 106, Jay and Laney J live. Laney J's gone today, so we've got Jonathan with OK Off-Grid Living. You can follow him on TikTok there, OK Off-Grid Living. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning.
You enjoying yourself here on the show?
Yes, sir. This
Awesome.
is extremely fun.
Awesome. Well, we want to welcome Jonathan here in the studio as well as his audience because, again, he is on TikTok. He's been live this morning on the show, and so they are, by proxy, fans of the show.
Yeah, and Instigator just reminded me I had a hot take that might upset some Texans.
All you Texans listen out there. Now, we do carry the Texas Rangers here, so we don't need too much hate going out there for Texans.
Just a little bit.
Okay, cool.
But it's a hot take.
I love it. I'm waiting. Can't wait.
Brahms is better than Whataburger.
That's not a hot take around here, bro.
For my Texan fans,
Good point. No, Brahms is outstanding. Matter of fact, Idabelle's got a Brahms. If you want to, I'll buy you lunch a little bit later on if you want to get some Brahms.
Yeah, one of the great things about Oklahoma is Brahms. I like it. I'm a big fan.
Radio Burner, good morning. Lainey J's joining us in the chat. The question she penned, obviously she's new to the show. No, I'm kidding. Obviously she just tuned in because as we said 20 minutes, or what was it, 9 minutes ago at 8:20, I said normally we would do the birthday club spinny wheel right now, but Lainey J's not here. Number one, you don't go through a woman's computer. Number two, I wouldn't know how to find the crap that she does anyway. So I think what I'm going to do, Lainey J, if you will, is we're going to do it on Monday morning. Is that okay with you, Radio Burner, a.k.a. Lainey J, on TikTok chat this morning? I'm curious. If she says, no, you got to do it today, I'll help. I'll walk you through it. Then I'll put a couple songs on, and we'll do it. All right?
Fair.
All right, cool. On that note, it is time for the mesh-up of the news as presented by Jay Lindley. Entertainment and music news. Here we go. Chris Harrison is returning to TV nearly 5 years after leaving the Bachelor franchise. Blech, who cares? Somebody does. That's why I read it. Hoda Cobb will continue anchoring NBC's Today Show while Savannah Guthrie remains away following the disappearance of Savannah's mother. The White House Correspondents Association announced on Thursday that mentalist Oz Perlman will be the headliner for this year's annual dinner. Meta and XRTV have confirmed the main cast for their 3D horror series inspired by A24's Talk to Me. Says here, Aubrey Ibrag, Charlotte Maggie, Sophia Hublitz, and Julio Pena star as series regulars. Season 3 of Lisa Kudrow's comedy series, The Comeback, will premiere on HBO on March 22nd. That's for you fans of Lisa Kudrow. Who's your favorite Friends star?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean,
did you watch Friends?
I love Friends.
We're of the age we probably caught a couple of seasons.
You can't have one without the others because then it's not Friends.
That's true. I identify best with Lisa, I think. She's just goofy. And
Lisa Kudrow? Yeah, she's. I do like that character.
Absolutely. And if you've seen her offset in IRL, she's a lot like her character. Mm-hmm. And it looks like Scream 3 has received the lowest Rotten Tomatoes rating in franchise history. The latest sequel, directed by series creator Kevin Williamson and starring Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott, holds a 42% positive score from 50 critic reviews. It says here, The Daily Beast called it shockingly terrible. All right, you going to be watching that latest Scream? Me neither.
No.
I was a fan of the first one.
Yeah, the first one was great.
And then I don't remember much of the rest of them. This is Scream 7? Holy crap.
Really? 7?
Wow, I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Let me look. Scream 7.
Jeez.
Yeah. Wow.
I think I've seen maybe 2.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen maybe 2 or 3. I don't remember exactly, but on top of mind awareness, number 1 is all I really care about.
Yeah.
And moving into music news this morning. I've got a couple of pieces of audio to go with it for you here. Maybe some way, somehow.
Somebody has popcorn for us.
Oh, thank you. Just perfect. If I wasn't live on the air, I would go unlock the door. Thank you, Mario. I appreciate you. That's First Bank's popcorn right there. Big shout out to First Bank, our studio sponsor here on the show. You always felt fancy and popular or big time when somebody buys the naming rights to your show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But again, big thanks to First Bank and Maria for bringing us that popcorn every Friday morning. Just for the record, if you bank over there, they've got popcorn for you every Friday, free of charge. All right, on that note, Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer Chad Smith surprises some students at a school. I love that. It did not, if you heard it did not really impress her that he was the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers at all. But that's funny. Yeah, he partnered with Drumeo to surprise drum students by posing as their substitute teacher.
That's cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. I like how she said Blink-182 first, and then Green Day was second. Those are like It's so
a tough
hard.
call.
Yeah, so hard for the number 1 and 2, but definitely you can add Red Hot Chili Peppers to that list for sure. All right. Also, East Tennessee Children's Hospital was renamed in honor of Dolly Parton. I love that. Dolly Parton's a national treasure.
Oh, yeah.
She should be protected at all costs.
Absolutely.
All right. Now I'm in a position, if you are listening to the radio right now and you are trying to call me, now I'm in a spot that I can answer your phone call. So go ahead and call back now. It's probably a birthday or anniversary for the Anniversary Club, if I'm guessing. But it could have been somebody that was like, is Swamp Shop starting yet? No, it doesn't start till 9 o'clock. Matter of fact, I may not do Swap Shop today just because that's how I do it. That's how I roll.
What is the swap shop?
It's the buy, sell, or trade. People call in and basically sell their wares, or if they need something, they say, "Hey, anybody got one of them 1982 F350 truck, part bed something, whatever." So yeah, it's just basically buy, sell. It's basically your Facebook Marketplace live on the radio.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, no, I won't go into it. I'm not allowed. HR said you can no longer talk about Swap Shop or participate in it. So, therefore, I'll probably not do Swap Shop this Friday morning chat, just
Fair
for the
enough.
record. So, hey, good morning, Radio Burner. Back to Lainey J, who is live with us on TikTok over there, doing what she's got to do this morning. Unfortunately, she was not able to be here, but hey, it happens on occasion. Maybe one day in March, like the last week of March, I won't be here too. So, hey, it's a give and take for the show. But no, we did postpone the birthday/anniversary club for Monday. All right, back to Jonathan with OK Off-Grid Living this morning. I do have a couple of more questions for you before we get out of here.
Okay.
Got a couple of about 22 minutes till the top of the hour and we wrap this thing up. What's been the most rewarding part of living this way, of off-grid living? Most rewarding.
Most rewarding is you get to see the work you've accomplished. So in 2026, everything's digital, everything's online. It's hard to see the work you've done when it's all on a computer screen.
Right.
Right? You're working 8, 10, 12 hours on a computer. You've built whatever, you coded whatever, you've entered whatever. You don't get to see it. You close your laptop, it's gone.
Right.
But here, I get to stand up. The sun is setting, and I could see everything I've built. It was just bare ground, and now there's something there.
I like
that. That is just,
Oh, absolutely. No, that's great. I love that. All right, well, a little bit about TikTok, about OK Off-Grid Living on TikTok. How did your TikTok come about? What made you think, this may be something people are interested in watching? And then tell us about how your following has grown to the point it is today.
Sure. So when we were going off-grid, I obviously followed other off-grid creators on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok. And so we were like, hey, we're out here. We're doing the thing anyway. Let's go ahead and record it. We'll put it on the YouTubes. Maybe we can make a couple of shekels off of it. Call it a day. And I have a buddy on here. His brother bought the north side of the property. And he does reviews on TikTok for all the TikTok shop items.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, hey, you can make some good coin out of here, and it's a little bit faster than, growing over there.
On YouTube, for sure.
Yeah. And so I said, okay, well, let me give it a shot. I said, let me start posting some things. It's also a little bit easier to make the videos because they're short form videos rather than, a 15, 20-minute video.
Right.
I've never been in film. I've never made TV shows. So it is hard because you're learning a new skill. And anytime you learn a new skill, there's going to be difficulty. So I just said, okay, let's pick one. We went with TikTok and we just started posting every single day. And it started blowing up. I've only been on TikTok for maybe 2 months, not even.
Okay.
A month and a half.
Awesome. And you've got a pretty good 5-something thousand followers there. I can't remember exactly.
A little over 5,000 in a month and a half. And we started doing the lives, and I actually rather enjoy the lives. It's a little bit of an interaction. You know, you don't have to go all the way to town or to a pub or whatever to meet new people. I get to interact here with everybody, and when I'm tired of interacting, I say goodbye and I turn it off.
Exactly. No, absolutely. I am very similar when it comes to like the TikTok audience specifically. I usually will hang out on the show after the show and chat with them and, answer questions or whatever, just talk about the day. But you're right. When you're done, you're like, okay, bye guys. Peace off. It's gone. We're done. I had a question on Facebook. It says, question for the off-grid. Do you dislike daylight savings time when it gets dark at 5:30?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Just why? Like,
so which one would be optimal for you as someone who is living off grid?
oh shit, I confused the two. Oh.
I don't know what you continue. What would be best? Would it be let's say daylight savings time, which is going to be, I don't know, it's going to get dark early, or the fall back, if you will, where all right, I confused the two.
I confused the two.
Fall
all the
back
time.
is get dark earlier. Daylight saving time is stay light longer.
Yeah, I'd rather it stay light longer.
Okay.
Just because we don't have spotlights or anything up there, so we rely on the sun to get work done.
Right. Well, and that, I think, it feels like daylight savings time would be the best option then.
If that's the one that gives us the longer time. I always confuse the two. I know it was a thing back in the day, like it made sense back in the day, but I don't understand how it helps us now. So
daylight savings time?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, how does it really benefit us going back and forth?
Well, for you get more daylight later.
Right.
So later in the day.
So if we would just stay in that, whatever one it is, savings or whatever.
Right.
If
you just have to get up earlier to use the same amount of daylight.
Right.
Right. Absolutely. Well, and that makes sense. I mean, because I guess farmers or whatever, instead of having to go to bed at 8 o'clock or leave or be done at 8, they can be done at 5:30.
Sure.
So I don't know, and maybe they didn't need as much of a day during the winter.
That's true, because you're not harvesting and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
That makes sense.
Absolutely. I got you. All right, I got another one for you. If a family in southeast Oklahoma wanted to start small, what's one practical first step towards more self-sufficiency?
Probably grow something. And you could do that whether you're in an apartment, a house, a trailer. It doesn't matter. You could get a potting plants, you could get bins, you could put them in the ground. Grow something. I like that. I've had multiple gardens over the years. I'm really good at growing corn and peppers, horrible at growing tomatoes for whatever reason. And the problem with that is my wife loves tomatoes, but I can't grow them. Is she picking them off the vine, or you just not growing them?
I'm just not growing them. They are the ones that get big and beautiful, they split before they're ripe. And then the other ones, they don't ever get big enough to ripen and be something you could actually consume and enjoy.
Well, you know what? Let's go to the chat. Hey, people in the chat, I'm pretty sure somebody has a green thumb. Give you some tips.
Well, I mean, like I said, I got a pretty green thumb. I keep, flower. I keep the viewable, what do they call them? The ornamental plants going great around the house. I got tons of them, but it's them dang tomatoes, man. Them tomatoes they're getting me. I don't know what it is about that. I'm going to try to do another garden this year for the wife with tomatoes.
Have you tested your soil?
Yes and no. Not recently. I did test it originally, and of course within all the parameters I was reading at the time.
Sure,
it was good enough. It was actually really good for what I was wanting to grow. But I may be overwatering. There's something there that I'm doing wrong. I know it's me. I'm not trying to pass the buck on the blame here. I promise you that.
It's not the tomatoes' fault.
Brooke says, I'm out. No off-grid living for me because I would kill a cactus. All right, we got a call coming in. It's probably a birthday or anniversary. Good morning. You got a birthday or anniversary for us this morning?
No, it's a swap shop.
Swap shop starts at 9 o'clock, but we're not doing swap shop today. There's no swap shop today.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right, there we go. I'll leave it at that.
There we go.
If you average listeners or faithful listeners of the show know my relationship with swap shop. Does that make sense? Good morning. You got a birthday or anniversary this morning?
Yes, sir, I sure do. I'd like to wish a belated happy birthday to Teresa Cook.
All right. Big happy birthday going out there to Teresa Cook. Belated. Have a great day.
Happy birthday.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. There we go. I knew that one of them was a birthday club call-in this morning. All right, we have about 13 minutes till we wrap up the show. I got a couple of requests that have been lined up for a little bit. We'll get those, and then we'll wrap it up with a couple of quick this or that's for Jonathan with OK Off-Grid Living this morning. Here's Jason Aldean, followed by Morgan Wallen by request. It's Jay and Laney J live on Bass Country 106. Good morning! Bass Country 106, Jay and Laney J live. We have Jonathan filling in for Laney J this morning. He's with OK Off-Grid Living on TikTok is where you can find him if you want. Now, you mentioned YouTube earlier. Did y'all venture into YouTube as well?
Yeah.
So you have a YouTube still?
I have a YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all the same name. The most videos are on TikTok. I just started recently posting those short videos, and actually I was going to make a video to the followers that I have. Would they be interested in more longer form content, or do they like the short form?
If I was you, this is just my personal opinion, the shorts on YouTube are what they push out, but I would continue to add that. Matter of fact, your lives, for example, your TikTok lives, you can go download them in TikTok, and then I'd post those on YouTube. You'd be surprised how many views just randomly that you will get on YouTube, and that'll help boost the hour consumption and all that stuff for going monetarily there on YouTube. All right, well, I think that's going to do it here for the show for the most part. I was thinking about chatting all the way in through Swap Shop, but I think we're just going to cut it off here in the next 3 minutes or so.
All right.
So, let's see. All right, quick this or that for Jonathan here this morning. How many acres for you? What would be the actually? I'm gonna use some of these this or that's and make it a question, because some of these this or that's I get assistance in creating these. Some of these are obvious to me, so I'm gonna transition some of these into questions. But when it comes to acreage, what would be the optimal acreage that you would have? And I would imagine, it wouldn't be, well, I could do 1 million acres, because you would have to upkeep that.
Yeah.
What would be the optimal number of acres for you?
If you're just trying to have a little bit of space and some garden, maybe some chickens, you could do a lot with just 1 acre.
Okay.
I believe 1 acre could feed a family of 4 or 5.
Okay.
So a lot of people, they're like, oh, I need to get 10 acres, 20 acres. We have 10 acres. We use maybe about 1 majority of the time.
I got you.
So you really don't need that much acreage to get started.
Okay. Awesome. When it comes to the off-grid life, preference style, grow your own food or grocery store run? I know you do that. I know we've talked about it. You do a grocery store run now, but is the preference, is the ultimate goal to be able to do like 90% of growing your own food of what you consume?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. That's, I would say, majority of people who are off-grid or homesteading want to grow their own food, grow their own meat, or hunt their own meat.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I like that. Quiet country night or city noise?
Quiet country night. I grew up with the city noise in New York City, and yeah.
Now there are people that say, I've lived in big city, blank, blank, blank my entire life, and I almost can't go to sleep now without the soothing sirens in the background and that city noise. Do you get used to that, I guess?
Yeah, you definitely do get used to it. We notice it when it's real quiet because we are in a tent. So if we have wind or whatever, it makes noise.
Right.
And so when it's a real calm night, it's just like eerily quiet.
I got you. Okay. All right. Now, what would you? Well, okay. Here's one. I know you're building a cabin in the woods. But let's say it was feasible for you to move a tiny home in there. Would that be something that would be interesting to you guys, like a tiny home type situation because of the off-grid lifestyle?
Sure. And I mean, if I had all the money in the world, there'd be tons of things we have. It is feasible. And if it's in somebody's wheelhouse to do so, that might be a quick solution to getting off-grid.
Yeah.
For me, the tent is kind of our tiny home, and I'm going to go ahead and build the cabin.
Nice. Now, I know you mentioned using solar panels currently. Is wind something that you guys are going to explore?
Yes, especially being on the top of the mountain, we get tons and tons of wind, so it makes sense in our area.
Okay. All right. Do you do all your cooking outside the tent, or do you do cooking on the inside as well?
Both. Yeah,
Both?
we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do on the inside, especially when it was the storm was here and it was 0 degrees, 15 degrees. Nobody wants to be outside cooking. It's cold.
Right.
But when it's warmer, we definitely just bring it outside so we're not creating a sweat lodge inside the tent.
That makes sense. And one more for you. DIY everything, or do you hire some things out?
I haven't yet. But definitely there are some things, if it's not in your wheelhouse, it's better to go ahead and outsource it. Maybe electrical's not your thing. Maybe plumbing's not your thing.
Right.
But if you're able to do it yourself, yeah, that's great. So I don't think there's a con either way.
I got you. Okay. And then one last one, well water or rainwater? I know you said you're getting ready for rainwater. You're not quite there yet, but what would be the optimal, well water or rainwater, and why?
I'm going to say that depends, right? Because some areas, a lot of people are drinking out of a well. You'll get that sulfury smell, that rotten egg smell. So it depends on if you get enough rainfall. You may be in an area that doesn't get enough rainfall, so you need to go with a well.
Good point.
You might be in an area that does get rainfall, and the wells aren't that well or good.
Yeah. I like that. All right. Well, as we wrap up the show this morning, is there anything that you wanted to talk about that we haven't covered today about Oklahoma off-grid living?
No. I think we covered everything, and I feel like I did study for the test. So
I love it. I do want to say a big shout out to Jade Baird, who is 20 tomorrow. We had a caller call in while we were off the air. That said Jade Baird is 20 tomorrow. So I want to say a big happy birthday to Jade.
Happy birthday, Jade.
Yes. I guess that's going to do it, everybody. We're going to wrap up the show this morning. Again, a big thank you out there to everybody that listened and joined the show. If I missed some of your comments there on the chat, I apologize. I've been enjoying this interview. So, Jonathan, we appreciate you stopping in, man.
Well, thank you for
down.
having me.
Yes.
This was awesome.
Not only coming down, because most people that live north and travel south, they say they're going down, but you came off the mountain too, so you literally came down altitude-wise as well. So, but no, this was fun. I enjoyed it. I think the listeners, some of them may have been all in with what we were talking about today. Some of them are like, "I'll take my city life. Thank you very much." I'm not too mad at it, but I think there was part of me at one point in my life that thought I would want to do some off-grid style living.
Sure.
And since then, as I got older, I realized that I am a fan of a lot of the creature comforts that come with living in town.
And you know, there's levels to it. You know, you could live out in the country and still have power and running water, or maybe you have a well and power. So you just got to find what fits your vibe and go with that, whatever makes you happy.
All right, final question for you before we get out of here. You ready for this? If Jay and Laney J showed up this weekend to the off-grid living site, what chore are you putting us to work at first?
Splitting and stacking wood.
I love it. I knew that was coming because it's physical labor, gives you a good workout, gives you a good sweat, a good pump.
Yep.
And it actually gets something, prepared for you that you're going to need in another time.
Absolutely. Not only that, but once you stack the wood, you see how much work you've done right there.
And for those that don't realize it, that got their face in the phone at all times, it gives you the same rush of feel-good juices in your body when you see that completion of hard work. Plus, you get the muscles that come with it, the cardiovascular that comes with it.
Exactly.
Whereas this is just doom scrolling.
And we still do scrolling on the mountain. Nighttime comes, we got our Starlink plugged in. I'm scrolling on TikTok like everybody else.
Nice. All right. Well, Jonathan, again, we appreciate you stopping in. Maybe we'll check in with you quarterly or something. Have you come back down and hang out here. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. I'll definitely come back.
Obviously, when Laney J's not here, because Laney J's mad at you right now.
She's coming around.
She'll be there before you know it.
Yeah, we're going to be best friends.
She'll be coming around the mountain looking for Jonathan. I love it. All right, everybody have a wonderful day. We will talk to you guys Monday morning. Same time, same bat channel right here. It's Jay and Laney J Live on Best Country 106. Have a great weekend. Peace off, and God bless you. Bye.